Hi student, today we will review chapter Architect Responsibility, and this one for review question number 9. This is not included in quiz number 3. This is just for final review, so that's why you just read now and save it until the final notice. Okay, again, this one not included in quiz number 3, so temporary. You just read for reference right now and save it for final. The question we have in same thing like the other one. I have few questions. After you read that, you give me the answer, email me, and you get 10 points for this one. About this chapter, we need to discuss about responsibility from architects. We have many things you need to concern with, but in here I organize for 7 of them for you. Follow the responsibility of architect when they get a job. Number 1, they need to choose the right code A design. Basically, right now we use the code 2019 for UBC, CBC, and CRC, CMC, CEC. That means all of the code we use for 2019 right now. Plus some of, we call that the local code. That means some more requirement from the local area. It's different for city to city or county to county, so that's why check before you start to design. Number 2, you need to create for contemporary ideas. I remember we have one chapter talk about contemporary design and modernism design, so it's different. However, I just let you know that contemporary design, that means you design something regard with inside and outside, not focus on the landscape, look like modernism design. Okay. Number 3, manage the requirement. That means you go over with all of requirements, and after that you manage for in the order which one you need to do more important than the other one, and which one you need to solve first, next, and final. Number 4, you need to cooperate with the work situation. For example, right now the global warming, so rising temperature or the water limit using, so you should or you try to design something concerned with that problem. Natural development, try the best to use green design in the projects. Right now we have on of the projects for residential or commercial, a lot of design they concern with the green design. That means you use a lot of energy saving for design. For example, the solar system they require right now for ADU. ADU stand for additional design unit, additional children units. Number 5, remain the strong ideas from the past time and combine the update idea from the present time. For example, you see a lot of design long ago, but they have very good idea, and you think that you can use this for the new one right now. You just update and add some new idea with that one, so you can combine both of them in one design. Number 6, safety is always the first factor for architect must concern before the design, because safety is one of them, is the goal, the most important when you're thinking you need to design. So for some people use that design, so that's priority. And 7, high quality but low cost and long service relationship. A lot of clients right now, they like to hire some architect with very high quality background, and with the cost is available. That means the cost is affordable. The cost is some kind like not too high. So after that, they have a long relationship with the people designed for before, and they can recommend another friends or family to go with architect one more time. So that's the reason the relationship in with the client is also you need to concern with when you start to design. Basically, we have 7 responsibility of architect. It is the standard one. A lot of people use it. So we go with each of them. The first one, choose the right code. Like I told you, we have many codes before you design. International code, national code, regional area, and special requirements. All of them, one project, when you start to design, you should follow D code. So all of them, international, national, and after that region area. That's the location where you design for, and special requirement. If they have some kind of special in that area, you need to follow before you got the permit. Create contemporary idea. Like I told you before, some contemporary idea used to combine inside and outside design, and you need to create some design support for more people can use it. And plan development is one of the steps you need to follow during the design. Final construction plan, it created by architect and you by builder. Step by step, follow the guide and look detail for the building will play out. That include many things. For example, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, structure, ventilation, and structure system. So that means all of them need to work together. For one project, you cannot say that, oh, I'm architect, so I design and I just focus on my design. Basically, after you design, your idea in there. However, you need to combine with another consultant for structural, electrical, mechanical, plumbing, for make sure you develop from A to the final of the projects. This is a few examples from contemporary design. Some design they concern with the issue for the global issue, or some of the green design, get natural light to the building. All of them we can call that the contemporary design. This one is one of them. You see that beside the solar system on the top one, they have a lot of glass storefront around the building for make sure they can get on of natural light to save energy for the building. On the left side, you see one design, they have a lot glass on around from the building, and the shape, you look at this, the curve, the straight one, for make sure they can extend the space, get the natural light to the building. One of design, this one can removable for design. This is the small unit. Maybe inside we can see one bedroom, look like studio, and this one you can move from this area to another area. So that's why you don't need to do foundation, but you can select the area, depend which one you like, and in the short time or long time you need to move to another address. Then this one is one of the design for the movable. This one you see another design, the people right here, and you see that's the huge design, but they use a lot of the wing, the technology for to get the energy electric from the wing shell, and this is one of them. You see that, and around them they use landscape, and they use green design on the top of the building also. And the other one you see the same thing, like the green, it focus on design more than the other thing. Number 3, management the requirement. If you look on the right side, you see that from the preliminary, you can see architect vision, and you go with business architecture, and you go with an information system architecture, and after that you go with technology architecture, opportunity and solution, migration, implementation, governance, and architecture change management. That means you need to go on of them, look like in the circle, for make sure that they alternate each of them together. So you can see that's required for management. They must cooperate between architect, business, and technology. You see that some kind belong to design, sometimes belong to management and technology. So let's go around like the circle. we need to combine all of them before to design the projects. Number 4, cooperate with the world situation. Can be remain the old style. However, we need to update for the new one. If you think that some of the old design, they have the strong idea, you want to keep it and you want to continue with that one, remain that and add more update from this one. And also use some of the notice from global warming, from natural developments, and you go with that concern in the design. For example, you design something, you can reduce the temperature, or you can do sometimes limit use water or the greenhouse, or you can save energy in the house. Number 5, remain strong idea from past tense and combine with update idea from the present time. This one I remind already in the number 4. So it is some combined design. If you look at this is a very old building, and next one is very technology building with the class, many level, and open space for natural light. This is another one you see in the back side with very old building, and in front of that's very technology building with the design style and material. Same thing with this one, they combine the first on the right side you see very old building, and this one they added on for the very new one, for the new building right here. Same thing, you see from Thailand old building, and next one is very new one. Same thing with this one. You see this one is so old, and after that technology, and you see old. So that's why new design combined between old design. Same thing with this one. Okay, number 6, safety in design. This is, with me, this is very important when we start to design, because when we design for something, a lot of people use it, safety you need to thinking about first. And in design, I always follow that, and we have ADA, this is American Disability Act, and ADAG, American Disability Act guideline. In this book, they have all of the guidelines for you design everything for the disability people. It covered in there. For example, they say, okay, maximum height for handicapped toilets is 17 inches, and maximum reach height is 54 inches. Minimum between the wall and the center from the toilet is 16 inches, or the maximum for laboratory height is 34 inches. All of dimension right here is covered in ADA guideline. ADA stands for American Disability Act guideline. It's covered in there. This is some examples, so you can see that the design for the cabinets for the disability people. Usually we don't need to design the lower cabinet. The reason because you need the wheelchair go not hit with anything in there, so that's why we need to open lower cabinets for the wheelchair can get it done. And you look at it, the reach one is lower, the maximum is 54 inches. That means from here to the floor. So for make sure that the disabled people they can reach to take something in the kitchen. This is the bathroom for the disabled design. You see that we have the bar both sides for the people. They can stand up or they can keep safe standing. Same thing with the toilet, they have the bar between, and this one can be removed, can be held as. This one is permanent. And also we see the shower, the bathtub for disability. In the shower we have the bench for the people can stay on there, and after that we have the system for the van or the hot and the cold water. However, they have some part you can click it on and the water get out. They don't need to turn. This one is the bathtub, very special design for disabled people. You look at the small window right here, the small window right here on the door. You can open that when you use it, and you need to turn for the water get through way, and you can open this one to get out. So that's why easy for people get in and get out of the bathtub. Again, they have the bar for in case they can hold keep on that for safe. Number 7, high quality, low cost, and long service relationship. Every client, they always likes these things like this: high quality, low cost, and long service. The reason, because everything look like positive with them. So when you start to design something, you can do the high quality, low cost. That means you can get a lot of clients stay with you. So we have the long relationship. After that, they always need us. So that's why architect work close with their client by these condition. Before drafting plan, they need to meet with the client many times to learn about what client need, what the budget, and what specific requirement before they start to design. Architect always work with the order relay with professional like engineer, urban planner, landscape architect, construction, or interior design. So that's why they have a close relationship they have with these people, and it's easy for they can deal with the client in case. Number 8, other. Beside of 7 conditions above, we have few more things. However, this belong to research and knowledge, so that's why I don't put it on the standard for requirement. Architect, they usually follow the code, the fire regulation, and the zoning law, city ordinance when create their plans. In the public building, architects must be concerned with the disabled asset law. So all of them, the architects respond with the job in professional level. And architect must be due for requirement increment for continuing education if they have time. Of course, that's the course to keep their license, and they need to do more updates for their education. They can attend a seminar, they can do the workshop, or they can do community service or more things in service, public service, for they can maintain the license. This is some kind you can research and you can learn more for education. About technology, right now a lot of architects, they use new update technology. Like 20-30 years before, we didn't know anything about AutoCAD, or we know just very minor thing about that. But right now, if you go to professional office, you see on of the table they have at least 1 or 2 computer. That means that the technology used a lot in professional office right now. However, I just thinking like the young people, they like the computer more than the senior people. The senior people, they do like manual drafting faster, and they create the idea faster than the young people. However, if you know both of them, it look like very good for develop for career. For example, if you can do manual drafting and you can do the design very fast, idea, sketch idea, something like that. After that, you transfer to computer, and if you know computer, you do you save time for to correct, to change everything before you submit for the city. Anything like that, if you combine both of them, I think it's very good. That's the reason when you stop by any architecture office, you always see few senior people, and after that, a lot of the young people. That means 1 senior people, they can work at the same time with 5 or 6 young people. They do so fast on manual, and the young people need to transfer everything on computer. Requirement. Most states, they require architect hold a degree. And of course, from National Architecture Accrediting Board school, they not require for all state, but the candidate for architect, they need to looking for some education to get the technology, and after that, they need a license to run the office. technology right now, lots of people use computer in the professional office and everything like that. I think that's all for responsibility with the people they like or they're working on architecture major. This is the picture for you can see. It's so funny for architecture major when they graduate, they usually design some of the building and put on the top on the cap. However, I remember when I'm graduate from 1997, this cap with the building on the top just allowed to do a department only. In the ceremony for whole school, we need to take it off. We do again when you go back with the department party. So that's why ceremony. So that's why that's 50-50. That means you allowed to put your design on the top of the cap in department ceremony. But in the school ceremony for all of the major, we don't need to. We cannot put the design on the cap. This is so funny, and you can design everything you like. This is one example for you can see the ceremony in Columbia University. It's so huge. This is so huge school, so big school, and I think that is more than 5 or 6,000 graduate people at one time. This is a very big school. Okay, so again, this chapter is review number 9, and it's not included on quiz number 3. This is for final. So that's why if you read this one, just keep it on for final. It not include in quiz number 3. Okay, so if you answer for this one, email me and you can get 10 point, up to 10 point, and plus attendance 5 point more. So thank you for watching the clip.